Hello Physical Fiends, it is Jordan here with another Worth a Purchase where I play a game for a short amount of time to see if I would buy it myself. I have played Varlet for almost 8 hours by this point, and I'm going to tell you my feelings on it. It is releasing digitally today on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 5 and Steam, but this is Physical Paradise and I only care about physical video games, and this does have one, but it is only in Japan and Asia. However, it may be worth importing due to it having English language options. I'll talk about the details later in the video, but I've linked them in the description if you want to check it out. Firstly, let me talk about the game. Varlet is developed by Acquia and published by Furyu, who are known for titles such as Caligula Effect, Crystar, Reinatis, alongside many other slightly budgeted JRPGs that sit within the Nintendo Switch's library. You're probably familiar with at least one of their works. This is the first time they are self-publishing one of their big JRPGs in the West, at least digitally, and here we have another attempt at a school life JRPG. They know Atlas, they know Persona, they want to be just like them with 25% of the budget. Their games tend to be very hit or miss with the public, especially those expecting a Persona-like experience, and Varlet is going in that very same direction. I am anticipating this game to not review particularly well due to its issues that I will go into. But that just leads me to believe that actually in the future, this may actually be considered an underrated JRPG if you're in the mood for it. So you are a new guy at a school, just transferred, you're trying to fit in, and so you join the SSS, which is pretty much the fascist police of the school. Writing reports on students, sticking your nose in their business, but mostly just doing menial tasks like sticking up posters and doing some heavy lost and found duty. You are there to help, basically, but it's not long before you get sucked into a glitch world of sorts that are plaguing the students of the school. Look, it is Persona 4. It's just what it is. There's no getting around that. You'll skirt through episodes, each with a different mystery and a different student to rescue. I quite like it. Sometimes cutscenes can be a bit long-winded, but I was interested in the mystery. I genuinely wanted to know what was going on. It's not exemplary writing so far, but it's good enough. All the cutscenes are fully voiced in Japanese, and the English translation of the text is solid. You know, there's always a few minor errors here and there, but it's fine. It's also heavy on the young people slang like bro, which instantly makes any person sound like a moron, but that's just the kids these days. It makes sense, school kids would talk a bit like that. And kids are morons, so, I get it. I don't like the way they speak, but it's on point. These glitch world places take the part of the dungeons. They are pretty basic. It seems like they even decided to copy Persona's weakest aspect by having them being very corridor-like, feeling a bit cookie-cutter. However, I will give credit here because while the sizes so far may be very unambitious, there are some good puzzle aspects in how you traverse them. You can create digital bridges, which if you're clever about it, means you can strike down enemies in a surprise attack by sneaking behind them. This can either win the battle instantly if you're strong enough, or put you at a very nice advantage. The battle system is really good. I like it a lot because it is very strategic. You have the timeline on your left-hand side, which gives you all the info you need to make things favorable for you. Attack orders, delaying, stunning, or breaking enemies, which ones you want to focus on. Honestly, it's the biggest surprise for me. I do highly advise cranking the difficulty to the highest one because it is a bit on the easier side. If you're in for a story and some light combat, this could be right up your alley even on the standard setting. Personally, I was just enjoying going through the battles as efficiently as possible. That's where I got a kick. My biggest issue so far in like 8 hours of gameplay is that the balance isn't quite right when it comes to the different aspects of the game. The dungeon and battling hasn't been the time sink I think it should be. You spend a lot of your time in the story segments, of course. That's fine, story is very important. However, it's the thing between the story and the dungeons that seems to be barging its way into the experience a bit more than it should. It's your fairly redundant daily rounds of your SSS duties as you find lost items and put up posters. You can get gossip from other students if you want, which help build the world, but mostly you have a minimum checklist to do, which are simple and boring. They are quick to do if you want, and you don't even really need to do them if you just want to skip past all that. That's fine. Sure, you may be lacking in the earnings department, but money is quite unnecessary in this game. I humored the game by doing them, closing all the mini glitches and stuff, and it's fine, but it's just far too frequent. It is the only real downer on this game in my opinion, like the true downer. I'm hoping later episodes of the game have the dungeons being a higher ratio in this department, and I've got to admit the first part of episode 2 was quite exhausting. I was begging to get into a real dungeon. There are relationship aspects, but since you don't have the kind of freedom as Persona, it is a bit limited. Like, you can choose who you want to travel home with each day after school, and you can also choose date locations and such, and this will raise your relationship, from which you will get points for yours and their skill tree, which is cool. But it is certainly lacking a little bit. Varlet is definitely the Persona your mum swears you already have at home. It always was going to be that. I've never shied away from that detail, but I would be lying to you if I said I didn't enjoy my time with it so far. I have. I can definitely see why people would have issues with this game. It's impossible not to when you have masterpieces like Persona out there for the same price or cheaper. But the story is interesting. The battle system, nice and tactical. It nails some of the more important aspects of the genre. It is lacking in a few areas like dungeon complexity and the SSS duties, which needed to be a bit more meaty for it to be worthwhile, but I do think it's a decent game. Now, the physical release, at the time of me making this video, there is no, nor has there been any hint of, a Western physical release. This seems to be digital only in North America and Europe. However, if you follow the links down below in the description and pinned comment, you will see that Varlet is getting a physical release in Japan and Hong Kong, and those physical releases do have English. This is on PlayStation 5 and Nintendo Switch. They play on any console region, so you can import a copy, play it in English, keep it forever, or sell it on once you've had your fill. It's up to you, it's yours, do what you want with it. That is the greatness of physical media. It's also coming in a standard edition as well as a collector's edition, which comes with an art book, a special album CD, I think it's a double soundtrack, one with character vocals and one with just the normal music. There's a canvas board, a DLC card for a couple of costumes, and, get this, a sticker. If you want to import any version, if they're still in stock, pre-orders have been selling out, then you can check the links down below in the description and pinned comment. VGP will offer free worldwide shipping on orders over 75 Canadian bucks, while Play Asia, if you click the link for them, you can also get 5% off if you use my code Jordan2025. Any purchase made via those links helps support me in the best way possible, and I do truly thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Things could change, of course. Varlet, as much as it's hardly an Atlas RPG, it's still a relatively big game, and it is incredibly rare to see such an RPG that already has English text not being picked up for a Western physical release. It could do so in the future. It's possible, and if it does, I'll be sure to update the pinned comment and description. Would I buy this myself? Well, honestly, the price is too much. It's too expensive. I know I'm kind of a cheap guy at this point in my life, but I think even for those big spenders out there, it is priced too highly. There's no getting around it. And when there are bigger and better masterpiece JRPGs out there for cheaper than this, I'm struggling to say if I would buy it or not. I have enjoyed my time with it, but I know it will not be for everyone. If you want a decent story with a decent battle system, you will enjoy it. But if you want something more meaningful, something that will make your money go further, then you won't find that here. I've played a handful of Furyu games before, and this is honestly the best one I've played so far. I know there are going to be complaints out there, and I've already seen people label this game as slop, which is ridiculous, and the English language weeps at you diluting the meaning of words. At the very worst, you can call this an average JRPG, which is fine. I'll totally accept that, but I'm pretty confident that in the future, this will be called out as a bit of a hidden gem, once the price comes down, of course. Will you be picking up Varlet? Let me know in the comments below. How about a physical copy? Or are you going to hold out for a Western physical if it ever materializes? If you want to import the Japanese or Asian release, please do so with the links below. That is the best way to support me and this channel. And of course, if you're new here and you love physical media, hit that subscribe button. It will be the best thing you do today. I promise you, I've got loads of good physical video game information for you guys. Go check out some of my stuff, okay? I'm not lying to you. Here they are. Got a lot of videos for you, and don't forget, have a fantastic day. Take care.